Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia. I love affordable fashion and beauty here on my channel, and I'm trying to be better about consuming makeup. I may be consuming a lot of clothing still, but today is a fun one because we're actually doing a giant declutter video. We aren't including palettes in this one because that is going to be a part 2 that you will see a little bit down the road. I'm still testing some palettes out to see if I want to declutter them or not, but I know that I already have over 40, so be on the lookout for that. Today is going to be all makeup and skincare and a couple of body care things that I've decided it's time to go, and there is a lot. This is the only time that you're going to see my face because after I get done with this, it's just going to be on my bathroom floor. I'm going to try to talk about each group at least. There's a ton of items, so I didn't get to be really thorough about why I'm decluttering each one of them, because this video would be over an hour long, but I hope that you guys enjoy decluttering videos. Like I said, I'm on a palette no buy right now. I'm trying to really look at my giant collection of makeup and what do I need, what do I not need, and just be better about that. So if you guys would like to see what all I'm saying bye-bye to, keep on watching. Okay, so a little bit of the elephant in the room. You may hear Peppa Pig, but my daughter is watching that in my bedroom as I'm filming this in my bathroom. So I feel a little bit like Jen Phelps here. If you watch her, a lot of times you can hear her kids in the background, even her husband, and she just moves right along. And so that's what I'm going to do. But we're going to start out with foundations that I am decluttering. So we have all of these here. We have the Maybelline Fit Me. So we have Dewy, and honestly, I do love these. These were my go-to for quite some time, but I don't know if they've expired or if Maybelline just breaks me out, but I've noticed a trend that anytime I wear a Maybelline foundation, I have a breakout. But these were a little old at the same time, so I'm not sure, but it's just not worth it to me anymore. But the finish is beautiful. If it doesn't break you out and you like dewy, great foundation. These are the Kokie Skin Perfect HD foundation, and their shade range is just not good. As you can see, I have this crazy dark one here, and then I tried to pick up a lighter one. I tried to mix the two, but it's just too matte for me. If you have really oily skin, you might like it. It is full coverage and it is very affordable, but for my skin, it just did not work. Then we have the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. Now, this is one of the absolute best drugstore foundations for dry skin. And the matte one or the regular one, I know a lot of oily skin girls like too, but if you have dry skin, it is amazing. But I've had these for about 2 years now. So it just, I kind of had a breakout after I wore it recently, and it didn't used to do that to me, so I think it's just expired. Then we have these two Shein. These are so old. I got these when I first, see, it says Shein. It doesn't even say She Glam. So this is before She Glam came out, and they just started out, their first product I think was a foundation, and then they had like one palette that was their first She Glam palette. So this is probably 2.5 to 3 years old. I bought a few because I fell in love. This is before I went crazy with makeup. I didn't have a ton of foundations back then, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be my foundation. And now I've moved on, and now they're super old. So time to go. This is EX1. This is for olive skin tones. This whole line, this whole brand focuses on olive skin tones, and this just ended up being a little too drying on me. It just wasn't my favorite, but if you have olive skin, you might check this brand out. These two by Kiko Milano, I've had probably for 2.5, maybe 3 years, so it was time to go. And these were really thin and kind of oily. Not my favorite. Honestly, Kiko Milano's foundations, I haven't ever found one that I fell in love with. I like other things from them better. Everyone loved this foundation from Catrice, their True Skin. Again, it's another one that I really struggled finding the right shade for me. And I don't know. kind of looked a little bit dry on my skin. I didn't find it to be that hydrating or long wearing like it says, at least on my skin. So I decided to declutter them. This is one of my biggest fails of the entire year. This is the foundation and powder duo from Patrick Ta. I got this in PR, and funny enough, I gave it a terrible review and I haven't heard from them since. And I used to get something every month. So I'm a little bit upset about that. Because I think you should be able to review honestly, and that is what I did. I thought it was terrible for dry skin. It, within literally 2 minutes, broke apart. It looks scaly on my face. The powder is lovely. I do like the powder. The packaging, look how gross this gets, by the way. Anyway, I hate it. One of my worst products of the year. I cannot stand it, and I'm very disappointed in them if they are icing me out for giving it a bad review. All right, next up we have concealers. So we have this one by SheGlam. I actually love their concealer, and it is massive, by the way. I have other shades that work better for me. This is way too light, so that's why I'm decluttering it. This was a backup, and this is back when, dog hair. This is back when I was still really getting into makeup and just everyone raved about it. And I was like, oh yes, it must be the best. And I got one and I liked it, but now I realize it's not that great, at least on me. It's not that hydrating. It creases some, and I don't know why I got a backup, so I'm getting rid of that. Okay, I love this concealer by L'Oreal, but shade range again, so hard to find the right one. This is way too dark, and I think I have 4 or 5 different shades. This one's too light. Then I got one that smelled horrendous, like the most chemical smell I've ever smelled in makeup. I really hope I didn't cause cancer to my eyes with that thing. I don't know. I may never buy it again because of that, but it does have really good coverage. This is kind of a Shape Tape dupe from Hard Candy. It is full coverage. I do like it, but it is way too light for me. These are really old. Obviously, we have BH. A lot of people probably didn't even know they had concealers. These were pretty decent. Very hard to find your color. Again, that's why I have 3, and they are probably 3 or 4 years old, so definitely time to go. This pretty fresh. I know a lot of people love it. It's not my favorite, and the shade was terrible. Obviously, way too dark and like orangey. I may try it again in a lighter shade, but I do have others that I do prefer. And then I hated this from IT Cosmetics. I don't know. It was very drying, and I don't think it helped my breakouts. I would not purchase this again. All right, these are the powders that I am decluttering. A lot of these, it's because they're just so old. I think when I bought these, they were old. Honestly, they were on clearance, and this is actually really, really nice for spot setting your foundation and under eye. I did like it, but I just think it's expired. This was my Ride or Die banana powder for so long. They don't sell it anymore. It was so good, so soft. I did find a dupe. The Mora Cosmetics Pressed Finishing Powder in Banana is a dupe and much less expensive. This came in some kind of box, and I've got so many powders. This is too drying for me from Juvia's. All of these I'm pretty much getting rid of because I've got so many powders I love more, and these were just too drying on me, all of these. This one is really, really good if you have oily skin. It's a tad too drying for me, but it is very affordable at Dollar General. This is actually a holy grail, but it's so old, and I've got 2 backups. They don't sell it anymore. Again, it is this NYX finishing powder, and it gives like a beautiful glow to the skin. But I do have 2 backups, thank goodness. And as you can see, Pan, this is High Glass is what it's called. It's awesome, but they don't sell it anymore, unfortunately. Now, these are all of the blushes and bronzers that I'm decluttering, mainly because they're old. This never worked very well. It was hard pan. I couldn't pick anything up. I got it from TJ Maxx, I think. I think it was just old. These from Kiko Milano, I do like. It's from the Tuscan line that came out a couple years ago, but it just, I don't know. I just got others I like better, and they are a little bit old. This I liked at first, but then I have a hard time picking it up. Kind of same thing with the Milani. I wanted to love these, but it just was so dry. You can see how cracked it is. And it kind of was always that way for me. This is the oldest blush. It's probably like 6 years old, maybe older. Time to go. And this Milani also, it busted and it dried out. So that's why it is going. All right, these are all of my highlighters that are leaving my collection. This will come as a major surprise to a lot of people, but I don't like this. Everyone loves this highlighter, and I don't like a super, I don't like a glittery highlighter. I don't want it to just be insane, but this does not show up on me whatsoever. Neither shade do. This was a little pack that I got from TJ Maxx, and these are decent, but they're a little bit dry. I just have a lot better in my collection. The Revolution highlighters are some of the very, very best, but this one is probably 5 years old or more, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. This is actually not bad. I just have so many, and I had to try to just be tough. It's actually really pretty, and I've got others in different shades of this Chic Glam. These, along with the Patrick Ta foundation, are the worst products I've ever tried, or at least this year. These dewy highlighters from Ciate London are terrible. They're like a lip gloss, sticky, weird, don't dry down, hate them. This isn't bad. I got it in PR. It's just I have others I like better. This dried out. It is like solid. It's supposed to be a jelly, and it is so dry. Terrible, terrible product. These are from MAC, and I've had them for literally probably like 12 or 13 years. They even smell bad. So that's why they're leaving. And this Becca is beautiful, but it's just way too dark for me. This is the Chocolate Geode. I'm gonna try to sell it because as we know, we can't get these anymore, but it's really pretty, just too dark. And then this is just, I don't know, it's just not really my thing. So that's why this is going. All right, these are my eye products that are leaving my collection. I'm actually gonna have a part 2 that are palettes because I'm decluttering so many and I wanna be more thorough with those. I'll probably have my face on camera for that one. But for now, we have these mascaras, and pretty much across the board why I'm getting rid of them is they just didn't do much for my lashes, period. So yeah, this Bare Minerals Wonder Beauty. A lot of people like this brand. I don't care for it. Anything I've ever tried, I don't get the hype. And these Chic Glam, they were okay, but I have better. These are eye toppers from Too Faced, and they're actually really pretty. I just had to be tough because I've got so many eye products, but they're pretty, but try not to convince myself to keep them. These lashes, I don't remember where they came from, but they did not stick. I don't know if they got old because I think these worked fine. It did not stick at all and just too flimsy. And then we have these liners. This used to be one of my favorites from Wet n Wild, but I don't know if they changed the formula or I kept getting bad ones, but it just, I don't know, it just wouldn't show up like before. This one is Obsidian from Kaleido. Not Kaleidos, but Kaleido. And it's just not opaque enough for me. And then this is actually a brow pencil from Profusion. It's not terrible, but I have others like the Lottie London, Arch Rival, and NYX that I like better. Now we have lip products. Most of these were decent. It's just that I've got 5 million lipsticks, and either they're repeat shades or I just have others I like more. But this one I liked, but it came broken in a Ipsy. And let's see, Romantic Beauty I do like, but I think this one broke. Oh, sorry, not Romantic Beauty. This is Black Radiance. These down here are Romantic Beauty, and I've got tons of their lipsticks. It's a very, very affordable brand, but I didn't like these shades on myself. And these, again, are just shades I didn't like by Eddie Funkhauser, and I think that they're probably expired. I did not love this formula from Flower Beauty. It's a dual-ended, like a metallic and like a cream. I don't love this. This is so old. Is it from Victoria's Secret? I don't know. It's just old. These are also Romantic Beauty, not shades that I typically wear. These, I I have a bunch still. These were really good when they came out about 2 years ago, but I have other shades that I kept and decided to get rid of these. This liquid lipstick is not my shade. I adored these duochrome NYX lip glosses. Ugh, so good, but so old. Here's a few more lip things real quick. These I didn't care for. They're chapsticks. Skin is the brand. They're not very hydrating. These, this brand is that cheapy one from TJ Maxx. I don't know why I have these. I didn't love this by I Do You. I got it from Kaja. They're a sister brand, and I don't know. I didn't like it, like, at all. Okay, we have a lot of skincare that I am decluttering. This whole line is a very cheap line. It is cruelty-free. Everything is very inexpensive. They were one of the first skincare brands to reach out to me for PR, and that was now about maybe 19 months ago, and everything has a 12-month expiration date on it, I believe. Yeah, so it's just expired, and I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just okay. These, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Look at what these look like. These are old. These were eye serums. I got them from TJ Maxx, and I think this might break me out from Youth to the People. This toner, I didn't really care for. This has vitamin C, which destroys my skin. I cannot do vitamin C. It breaks me out. I used to love this. This was a holy grail for me about 3 years ago, but it's old. I love this Pearlescence brand, actually, and I went crazy. This is back before I really started to learn a lot about skincare, and I bought all of these from TJ Maxx, and I would mix them all the time, and I didn't really get skincare back then. I do like this stuff. It's just all expired. And then this Milani did not work for me. I think anything with sativa or CBD in skincare breaks me out. I did accidentally leave these out for makeup products. These are setting sprays. I've had this for so long. I'd say 2.5, 3 years. I did love it. It was like my go-to for a long time, but it is matte, and I don't really do matte anymore. And this is, again, that brand that I really love. I love their primer. It's my holy grail, and you can't ever find it anymore. I did love this once upon a time, but it's super old. These primers didn't work for me. Ugh, I hate these. They break me out. They don't look good. And unfortunately, I'm not positive, but I think this Danessa Myricks breaks me out. And I want to love it, but anytime I've used it, I notice a breakout. More skincare, I'm decluttering. I know everyone loves this brand, but it's vitamin C again, which breaks me out. I got that in PR, haven't touched that. This brand I loved when I first started Instagram, but they kind of just disappeared, and these are expired. This decluttering has taught me not to do so many backups, because these expired, these are backups, and I mean, they're way expired now. I never even got to them. But I loved this Wonder Woman collection from Kiko when it came out. This used to be my OG. Absolutely loved it, but I don't know. I think it stopped working for me or broke me out, and it was my ride or die for so long. I can't stand the way this smells. I hate the way it smells. And this, I just don't know what it is. There's no brand name on it, so I'm afraid it might have vitamin C. Now, this was gifted to me by a plastic surgeon. I haven't had plastic surgery, by the way, but it is one of those that shows up in those type of clinics, and it's expensive and bougie, but I don't know. It has so much fragrance that I just got scared to use it, and I was afraid it was going to break me out. It smells so perfumey, but it is a higher end, like boutique clinic type of brand, but I'm just scared of that fragrance. Now, these are all things I think they're supposed to help with acne, and I almost use these completely up, but I've kind of learned that witch hazel can be very aggravating to skin, And I think this might have really messed me up, so I quit using it. And these seem similar. I got these in PR from Ipsy. They're the Sewing Institute. Had good reviews. They're fairly expensive, but I'm just so afraid that they will break me out. These did not work for me. Neither one of these or this was supposed to be an acne treatment. Got these in PR. None of them worked for me. And then I didn't like this mask. It was way, way, way too drying on me from First Aid Beauty. I'm gonna pop in these two brushes real quick before I get to the end of this, but I didn't care for this dual-ended alley-oop brush that came in PR. And then this is a kabuki brush from BH. It just got really just dirty. So those are going away, but this is the very last of the Declutter. And these are fragrances that I'm decluttering. A Vince Camuto Bella. It's just not my taste anymore. Much too floral for me. I know a lot of people love the Versace Bright Crystal, and back in the day I thought I liked it, and now I kind of hate it. And this is just too juvenile. It is a Hollister. I mean, it's fruity, but it's very, very youthful, and I like something much more sophisticated now. Then these I picked up from TJ Maxx, and I just realized they're too powdery, too florally. These from Bath & Body Works I'm getting rid of because I just got a lot of fragrance, and I don't wear a ton of the body sprays unless they're very beachy. These candles either didn't have a throw or I just didn't care for the scent. And then this little, I think this is a CBD coffee scrub. It stunk. It smelled like stale old coffee. And this has gone so bad. It stinks. It is probably like 12 years old. So gross. But you guys, that is, oh my goodness, my declutter. How huge is this? This is nuts. And like I said, I still need to do the eyeshadow palette, so that will be part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was a lot. If you stuck through all the way, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Do some decluttering yourself. It feels really good. And as always, have fun shopping. Budget shopping. Bye.